Bill, I found a story for you.
I love you.
I'm going to need Cocaine Bill graphics for this, just to really get us in the mood, just to get us buzzing.
I love it because it's a good. I want to do more mashups because we have so many graphics, and this one matches not only your love of cocaine, the fact that
just say Joe.
Just say the fact that I am cocaine, and your overall work ethic, combined with a bear.
Do you think I would give more than the bare minimum if I had some cocaine? Yeah.
Except here's the thing with coke. Unlike, say, Adderall, which is prescribed if you're lucky. Nice. This could be one of my favorites. Well done.
Okay, Cocaine Bear. I guess the movie's coming out soon.
I gotta get this screener.
Yeah. But we're already looking ahead. What other animals can we do movies about? Turns out we could be doing a cocaine shark pretty soon.
This is the best day ever.
This is
and I've had a
Bill's
really bad week.
Favorite of all cocaine animals.
Oh my God.
Well, cocaine shark is already trending after cops found 3.5 tons of coke in the Pacific Ocean. New Zealand police found all that cocaine.
Let's take it to New Zealand. How much? It's gotta be expensive.
Values at $316 million US.
It's an investment, though.
The volume of cocaine was enough to service the Australian market for about 1 year.
Oh my God.
And this would be more than New Zealand would use in 30 years.
Oh, what a
We don't
waste.
totally know, I guess, what happened. The drug had been dropped at a floating transit point in 81 bales. But, of course, people are going nuts on Twitter. The official Fandango account tweeted, Elizabeth Banks all set up for that sequel now, #Cocaine Shark. The theater franchise did write, though, there can only be one, and that is Cocaine Bear. But this...
It can be two.
I'm assuming this does pose an actual problem if an animal were to bite into this, or if whatever it's wrapped in were to come apart. It would poison a bunch of fish. What if you ate a fish that was full of cocaine? Would you get a residual high? I have so many questions.
I love seafood, and now I really love seafood. I think I am not a doctor. I know I look like one.
Wow.
Or a vet, for that matter. I think probably what would happen is the same thing that happened to the actual cocaine bear, which, as we know, it's a far less interesting story. Immediately overdosed and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Bears
So the
don't
fish
know
would
when to
die.
stop.
Okay.
That's why they have to hibernate after they get so fat. And when it comes to cocaine, they really don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Sharks already are cocaine. Because sharks are cocaine. I mean, forget about just the behavior. If they stop moving, they die. So even when they're sleeping, they're moving because they got to get the water to pass through their gills. They don't need any. They're kind of like you. You don't need cocaine. You know, you are cocaine. Yeah, I'd still see that movie. Last I checked, a shark probably couldn't attack people via the power of a tornado either. And yet, still a great idea. So bring it on, cocaine shark.
It is an interesting idea, though. What would make cocaine shark different or more scary than just Jaws? Like, what would some of the traits be, or what might one of the big sort of attacks look like?
I'm no script doctor either, although I could be. And I would say it might be more of a comedy than a drama.
No, the comedy comes in the seriousness of it.
Oh, I agree. They have to take it seriously.
So,
I think you'd be a great victim.
know.
And or a dealer to the shark. I've told you, you've got very cokey eyes. You look like you party.
I think I look more like a shark, too, than some other animals.
A loris? No, it's
Well, I
all
mean,
loris.
yeah, but of sea animals.
I guess, yeah. There's a sharkish quality to you. But boy, wow. Does it say in the article how much that cocaine is worth? Because if you're talking about the entire Australian market for a year, that's got to be billions.
Well, it's $316 million US.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought it was pounds.
Keep in mind, the Australia market,
less people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of nothingness in Australia.
That is true. The landmass of Australia is almost exactly the same as that of the United States, but their population is like basically 2 New Yorks.
Okay.
You know, and the reason being, of course, because the outback is pretty much uninhabitable, and that's the big old chunk right in the middle, where I would be living if there was a Midwest in Australia. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the Bulls 6 championship.
Does Australia have any big drug problems? We hear
cool they did.
We hear a bunch about, the opioid crisis in the States, but is there like a drug in Australia that they're like, the kids just can't get enough?
I smoked a lot of weed when I lived there. I didn't know anyone I know they do enjoy their gack, but I'm sure they've got some colourful Australian terms for it other than gack. But I'll tell you here's why I think that they do a lot of drugs. Motherfuckers don't do shit. I went there with my normal American, still in college work ethic, which obviously wasn't that big, but every other weekend was a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
There was never any type of homework or really any structure to the classes. So many of my film appreciation class, watch movies. I remember one class I had to do a collage. It was like graphics or something. That was the only thing I did all semester. The reason that they all travel so much is because they have so much fucking time off.
Yeah.
And things close early. You don't know when they open. I love Australians. I would love to live there because I don't like doing anything. But yeah, work ethic, I don't know if I'd put
I saw a TikTok of a girl who, I believe it was Australia, maybe it was New Zealand, but let's say it was Australia. And she said that where she lives, people, if it's a good surf day,
yes,
they just don't go to work.
Oh, yeah.
Or they just leave work early or come in late, and no one says anything. It's understood, accepted, and even encouraged to take advantage of the good surf day.
That's why. Is the Murdoch family that much of a genius, or were they just the only ones with a work ethic in Australia, and that's why they became a success initially?
Oh, maybe.
That's what I always wonder, because sometimes you hear them in the interviews and they don't sound that bright.
Yeah, it's funny. In the States, it's a big thing now. People are talking about, well, what's your 9 to 5 or your 5 to 9 after your 9 to 5? It's this hustle work ethic. Like, you need to be doing more and more and more.
Yes.
That is not the case
in
other countries.
Well, and also that's they're all very attractive, but it's because they get to do all these fun outdoor active things while the rest of us schlubs in Western civilization are hunched over a desk, getting fatter and losing our posture. And these Australians are all tan and surfing. Fucking Sheilas.
I
Kangas.
made myself take a walk yesterday just to get some steps in.
Mm-hmm.
Like around 4:30 or 5. And because I'd been sitting for a while and I thought, this will be really good for me. It'll make me feel better. Didn't really. I maybe walked about a mile outside.
That's pretty good.
I think I would have been just as happy still sitting
yes.
inside. So yeah, I'm not quite on that same vibe as the Australians.
I like your vibe, though. Makes me feel better if I haven't done anything.